Hey, Orchinistas, welcome to the channel Forever Orchids. My name is Tracy, and today I have got this Brassavola George Tyler. And I got this as a rescued orchid, and it's just mounted on a very small piece of some sort of log, twig, branch. But what I was noticing is it's rotting. And so I really want to get the plant off. The plant does have new root tips growing right here. There's another good root here, good root tip right here. So it's got some new roots. So I think this will be all right, a good time to go ahead and repot it. What I've done so far is watered it, and then I just started lifting up as much of the plant as I could. And I got a lot of it off right here, and I pulled out a lot of sphagnum moss that was in kind of attached here. And also there's fishing line wrapped around this log here. So what we're going to do is cut this fishing line off. And we're going to see how much of this plant I can get free from the log. I want to get a lot of this fishing line out of here. It looks like it's pretty tangled up in here. And one of the things I thought about with this plant is I'm still struggling here finding the fishing line. Okay, we got a small piece out there. That's good. Is if I have to, and if I can't get, especially this root right here that is going up into kind of like a crack in this branch, if I can't get that out, then I'm just going to saw off this portion of this log, and I'm going to leave it and mount it right here in my mount, this cork mount that I'm working on here. And I have a feeling that's probably what's going to have to happen. And we can start peeling off some of these dead roots too. Look at the plant here as far as get a lot of these dead roots off of there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get, we've got a little bit of this root right here that started branching, and that is attached to the log. And you know what I need? I need a tag. I have found that a lot of times these plastic tags here, they're thin enough that you can work them underneath your roots and just get that off. And I'm telling you what, that one right there, I really kind of don't want to break that off if I don't have to. That I have a feeling we are going to have to just saw this log, because I'm going to end up disturbing all of these that have attached if I start pulling them off, because there's another one that's going down into a crack. So I'm going to get as much as I can off, sawed off here. And I tell you what, I am just going to use my hacksaw here. Right here, I'm going to come in here and just start sawing this log. And I bet you I won't even have to saw very much. And it is going to be so rotted that I can just break it off. Look at that. And we'll saw a little bit more off of this part here. Just want to get as much of this rotten stuff off. And I could probably just take, I can't do my hands here. I might just take a pair of pliers. And I am being very careful and watching my fingers there. This, I think, was maybe a knot that was in this branch. There we go. Broke right off. Okay, now let me get my roots here untangled, get the plant back down. Okay, so I had a larger piece of cork and I cut off the bottom, and when I did this natural break here, see how that was naturally together? Well, it ended up splitting into two pieces. So I'm trying to lash the cork back together, but I really wanted to use this piece because I had a feeling I was going to have to leave a lot of this wood, and I just felt like this natural crevice here gave me the perfect place to put that piece of wood there. And I am going to get some sphagnum moss and put back under some of these roots here. In my environment, I just want to keep the moisture high. And I went and got some sphagnum moss and I wet that already. And what I want to do is, there is a root right here that has got a green tip on it. And I'm going to get that wrapped around the bottom of the cork. Just a little bit of sphagnum moss here and put underneath this portion here. Of the plant, and get this root here. Because I watered it already, it's a little bit pliable. Hopefully you can see, we can kind of get it hopefully going around towards that back center part there. Maybe. Hopefully I can get this done. And I've got this other root here that I'm going to let it come up the top here. Now, the one nice thing about this plant is all of the leaves are going to be hanging off the bottom of the plant. This particular plant, the flower itself, oops, wait a minute here. Got a little bit more, that fishing line, try to get out. The flower itself is pendulum, I don't think I'm saying that right. And so this was naturally growing down off of the mount anyway, so I'm just going to let it continue to grow that way. The join there. And I've just got, I don't have fishing line that I can get a hold of. And I'm going to loosely tie that for now. And I just want to make sure that that plant is going to stay on the mount and hang down like that. Kind of see how I like the looks of it. I think from what this, there's a sheath right here on this leaf. And then, where did it, oh, was it this one? I think I might have messed this one up. It's got a little bend in it. I might have broke this. This might have been the new growth here on this plant. Not quite sure about that. Just checking some of these roots here, see if I kind of like that, the way it's hanging, or whether or not I want to get this portion here a little higher up onto the cork mount. Give it a little bit more room. And then I'll have to just forego this root here, trying to get it down into that crevice. We'll get it over here to where it can touch the cork. Just checking all of these roots here. They're still viable roots. I just don't really want to rip them off the plant. I want this plant to do good in my environment where it was growing in a greenhouse. I was impressed that I've had it here in my environment and it's pushing out new roots. So I thought, well, that was a good sign. We'll try it like that then. I hate that this green wire is all I've got. It's kind of not attractive here. Let's see if the plant will hold now. I'm going to have to do something with this to lash it down somehow. That other piece of log there. I really, really wanted to get the whole plant off of that stupid that rotted log. just frustrating me a little bit there. But I know there's nothing I can do about this part right here growing up into the crack of this wood here. So I think I'll keep working on this. I'll put up a picture also of what this flower looks like. And this, they had several divisions at the place that I rescued this from. So this is one that I got. And we'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully this will work. I'll keep working on getting it lashed onto the cork, and I can pop up a picture when I get all done and show you what that looks like. I'm testing these roots here. They're pretty dry. I think I'll wet these a little bit and see if they green up any and see whether or not I think these are viable. Yeah, I've still got, see how this one greened up and this one right here stayed white. Can you see the difference there? So this one is still a viable root. This is probably not. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Get it out of the way. Let's check this one here. I mean, the vellum's still soaked up. I'm not quite sure that is viable. And these are definitely some back bulbs that are dead. Dried up, I should say. Okay, and I'm pretty sure this is the latest growth here, and that's the roots that are being pushed out right now from this one. And it's hard to tell right now whether or not this one is now got this new growth. I feel like it is new growth, which is fine if I end up hanging the plant from this direction, which is the plan. Then I've got some growth that'll come up this way, hopefully. We'll see. This root here, I'll get it kind of going to where it can attach down into the cork here. But I think for now, and then I'll have to get a hanger to get back here and get that lashed in. What do you think? Hopefully that'll work. Until next time, guys, I wish you happy orchid growing. Bye!